Welcome to the Real and Real Estate Podcast, your go-to show for real estate success. Whether you're an agent aiming to crush it or a buyer or seller wanting the inside scoop, we're here to deliver expert advice, insider tips, and the real talk you need. Each episode, we chat with top industry pros to give you the facts, strategies, and inspiration you need to thrive in this business. Let's dive in and make big moves together. Hi, welcome back to the Real and Real Estate, where we're going to talk again about some real estate facts and try to dispel some myths. So, I'm Jean, and I would like to talk to you today, just you and I, about buying a home. What are you waiting for? That's kind of the topic today. Yes, I know the interest rates are not 3% anymore or 4%. They're not going to be 3 or 4% again. So stop waiting. It's not going to happen. However, our interest rate is the lowest it's been in like 3 years. On Friday, I believe it was 6.06. We're almost to 5.9, which is where I say I would like us to be. But 6.0 is amazing. Now, I just wanted to talk about that. So I've been talking to quite a few millennials, and they're afraid to buy a house. They don't think they can afford what they want. And my question is, what exactly is it that you want? If you're waiting to buy a $500,000 house when you're 26, maybe you can. But if you can't, why are you waiting? You're just giving your money away to the landlord. He's building his equity, he's building his wealth, and you're not. Another person said, well, I'm afraid there are going to be repairs. Well, there could be repairs, but if you have a good agent and you buy smart and you do some good negotiating, you're going to walk into a home that's in pretty good shape, and you may never have to do a repair for years. So let's talk about this. So rents out there now are running crazy. You can get a one bedroom for $1,450. You can get a one bedroom for $2,800 a month. It depends on where you're working, where you want to live, what you want as far as amenities. That's a lot of money to spend each month. Think about that. $2,000 for 12 months is $24,000. That's a really nice down payment. If you need a two bedroom, they range anywhere from, let's see, $2,400 to $3,700, again, depending on what size you need, what you're looking for, where you want to be. That's a lot of money. $3,000 a month is $36,000 for a whole year. You're putting that money into your landlord's pocket, not yours. And you're saying, well, I just don't want to have to deal with it right now. I don't know what where I want to end up being or what exactly I want. Well, let's get realistic. You do not have to start out with a $500,000 house. That's not the median price. That may be an amazing home, but is that really what you need at this point in your life? Get into something you can afford, something you're comfortable with, and start building that equity, start building that wealth. If you live there for 2 years, you might be able to sell it and make a profit, or you could rent it out, and then you've got another income, what some people call mailbox money. Again, it's building wealth, it's putting money in your pocket and not in the landlord's pocket. So let's talk about buying. You can get all the way from 3.5% to 20% down, which is ideal. But there are a lot of options in between. And that's where you talk to your realtor and you talk to a really good lender. And it's not a bad idea to interview more than one lender. So let's start from the beginning. A lot of times you can get grants to help you with a deposit. You don't have to have 20% down. Many programs you can go for 3.5%. That's not a lot of money in the long run. Think about it. So let's say you can't afford a $500,000 house. A lot of people can't. All right. What about a $250,000 house? So I played with some numbers here. If you wanted to put down 20% on a 30-year loan at 6.06% interest, like it was reported last Friday, you're going to end up with putting down about $50,000 and a $2,100 to $2,200 a month payment. Now, for those of you that are renting at $2,000, that's not a lot of difference. Okay, you don't have $50,000 to put down. I understand. What about 10% down? That would be $25,000 down. And your monthly mortgage would be about $2,200, maybe a little over, $2,200 to $2,225. Again, that's about what you're paying in rent, right? And again, you can oftentimes get grants to help you with your down payment. So you do not have to put down 20%, 20 or 10%. Now, what if you got a loan for 3.5%? You'd be putting down, $8,750. That would be your down payment on a $250,000 house. Your monthly payment would probably be around $2,300. Again, that could be very close to what you're paying in rent. You've got to talk to a good lender and find out what your options are. Buy now, start saving now. Get yourself into a home that's your own. You don't have to ask anybody any permission to paint the wall or to change out the light fixtures. This is yours. You do what you want. You make it home, literally make it your home. Live there a couple of years. Live there as long as you want to live there. You've got a home now. You're a home owner. You're getting equity. You're getting wealth. You could turn it into a rental property later and have mailbox money, as they say, money coming in each month. There are lots of options. Okay, another millennial I spoke to said, I would be worried about house repairs. I don't want to have to repair a house. Well, nobody does. Okay, eventually you're going to own a home and there will be repairs. However, it's called a home warranty. Get a good realtor. Negotiate your repairs. You've got to do an inspection on your home. We've talked about this before. It is imperative that you do an inspection so you know what you're facing. All right. Negotiate those repairs. Maybe the current homeowner will do those for you. Maybe they'll give you money towards the repairs. Have them purchase a home warranty for you so that if your faucet breaks, you pay, I don't know, $70. We'll use as an example. The guy comes out, he fixes your faucet. Now, that's not a real big repair. Yes, could something big go wrong? Absolutely. But hopefully you know that ahead of time when you did your inspection and you negotiate for that. Home warranties cover air conditioners too. Every home warranty is different. I'm not going to say it's going to cover 100%, but it could cover a lot of it. It could help you. Again, maybe that's something you can get from the homeowner. First condominium I bought, the air conditioner needed replacing and the owner replaced it. So I had a brand new air conditioner when I moved in. Don't be afraid. Don't listen to your friends. Talk to someone in the know. Talk to a realtor. Talk to a lender. I can give you names of home warranty companies to talk to. Get all your facts together and get yourself in a home. Again, do you want to be renting forever? Maybe you do. I don't know. I think it's throwing money away. Again, it's making someone else wealthy when you could be putting money in your pocket. Now, well, how can I put money in my pocket? Well, you're building equity for one thing. You own that house for a couple of years. It's very likely, if you've made a smart move to begin with, you worked with your realtor and made a good deal, you're building equity. So you walk away with money when you sell it. That's a lot more money probably than you're going to get keeping it in a savings account in the bank. Doesn't make a lot. So that's one way to build it. Again, another way to build wealth is by keeping that property when you move on to the next one and leasing it out. Now, some people don't want to be landlords. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. That's up to you. But if you do, you've got property, you've got income coming in along with whatever it is you're doing for a living. That just adds to your wealth. You can take that extra money and reinvest it however you want, maybe in another property. Again, talk to someone in the know, talk to the experts. I don't know any realtor that wouldn't be willing to talk to you. I don't know any lender that wouldn't be willing to sit down and talk to you. And I'm sure there are wealth management people that would love to sit down and talk to you and tell you what you should be doing and shouldn't. Don't try to go this on your own. There are people in place for a reason, people that do this sort of thing every day that can help you find exactly what you need when you're ready for it. So don't be afraid of buying a home. Don't be afraid of the repairs that might come. And don't be afraid to start out in something smaller. No one has to start out on a $500,000 home. I use 250 as an example. I know there are condominiums and townhomes for less than that. Again, you'd be owning it. It's yours. You do what you want. You sell it later, you rent it later. It's all yours. I think it's a great idea. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you consider it. And I hope you build your wealth. Thank you very much. See you next time. Thank you for tuning in to the Real and Real Estate Podcast. I hope today's insights have inspired and empowered you. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share the podcast with anyone who might benefit. Have questions or a topic you'd like us to explore? We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and keep moving towards success.